All right, what's up, guys? We got another property locked down. And so, what I'm going to show you guys is the condition of the property. This is day zero. Nothing started, just got the keys today. But as you can see, this is another one where condition is no good. Definitely not ready for somebody to move in, not turnkey. Not sure if this even functions, but a lot of open drywall. Um, I believe this was also vacant for I think they said since 2013 or something like that. So that'd be 13 years without anybody living here. Um, yeah, just a lot of torn up drywall. Not sure why, but once again, it's properties like these where you can get some sort of a good deal. Bathroom looks okay, functional, and this one isn't as scary as the last one. The last one, there was mattresses and stuff, and squatters were trying to take over. This one seems like nobody was really here. Um, just kind of random personal items, but nobody living here. And so, plan for this one is get this guy back to living condition. It actually looks like this used to be a bedroom. You can see kind of where the wood floor was. I'm guessing this is where the closet originally was. And they opened it up and turned it into like a dining area. But if the closet was right there, then that would make this the entrance, and then you'd have your bedroom space here. So right now it's a 2 bedroom, 1 bathroom. Those are the 2 bedrooms over there. Here's one. Here's the other. But I think in reality, this was once upon a time a 3 bedroom, 1 bathroom, and then they just kind of uh, they installed a beam and then kind of made it a dining room. And now the other reason we're able to buy this guy was because if you can just take a peek out here, there was this pre-built slab with a bunch of utilities ran through it, pretty hefty. And let me see if I can show you guys through here. And once again, it takes a special type of client or buyer to want to purchase something like this, because the buyer who wants to undergo a project where they have to demolish and cancel all those utilities back there, it starts getting expensive. And so the buyer either wants to use that, kind of do their own digging and due diligence on how they can use it to the benefit, or just find someone who wants to get their hands dirty and do all this sort of renovation. So, not super competitive in terms of prospective buyers for something like this. That's why you can kind of get these things for a little bit cheaper. Everything else, all the turnkey stuff, is a bit more expensive. But once again, um, if you aren't afraid to get your hands dirty, then you can stumble across some good deals like this. So stay tuned for this one as we start the renovations coming up pretty soon. We still got to finish that last one, but yeah, another cool one. Should be exciting to see the progress on this one. Catch you guys later. All right, what's up, guys? We've started the demo, we've started the framing, trying to knock this thing out as fast as possible, demolishing the bathroom here and getting everything ready. That way, the electrician can start as soon as possible for his rewire. What's up, Jacob here?
Hey, it's Vince with Icon Builders.
This is day one with this new job we got.
Come on in.
And so with this one, most of it, as we showed you guys, was already demolished, most of the drywall, but we did start the framing already. We kind of finished the demolition of the kitchen area, and we're framing this closed. That way, once we do our additions, we don't have to worry about this window. Um, like I mentioned before, we are kind of changing a little bit of the kitchen layout, and we're going to be adding some laundry area to that left corner over there. But for the most part, we're able to 90% complete the demo.
Yeah, the water heater that was there is going to be relocated. Uh, framed this off, made this a room. So now it was like a 2 bedroom with like a kind of a den, but now it's gonna be just a 3 bedroom, so framed in a closet for that.
Yeah, I think originally it was a 3 bedroom, but we restored it to its former glory and kind of put the bedroom back in and reframed that closet back. That way we can get I guess more rent if we have it listed as a 3 bedroom than just utilizing the 2 bedrooms.
Demoed out the restroom. We'll do a brand new restroom. We'll do a here. We're gonna go with shower. So we'll do a shower, vanity, toilet, new floor, new tile. We're canceling out this window over here because, like Jacob said, there'll be an addition on the backside. That will turn into a casement window to pass the egress code. And then not too much framing had to happen here. It was just canceling off the window. Um, this room pretty much got not really touched at all. We'll be keeping the 2 windows here. This was kind of the bigger kind of master bedroom, I guess.
But yeah, so next steps for this one is the rough utilities. We're gonna do a full rewire. This is a 2 wire system right now, and so we do want to ground it all, and then we are going to be replacing the cast iron sewer drains to ABS, and so
Yeah.
that's probably our next step, which should hopefully be starting later this week.
Yeah. We'll start on the patches on where we canceled out the windows, and then we'll be putting in all new windows, retrofit.
Yeah, so stay
Pretty much
tuned.
it.
Stay tuned for next week. Or the rest of the week. All right, guys. So we are starting to work on the exterior, patch those old windows up, and the electrician got in there. This is day one for the electrician, starting the rewire. That way we move away from the ungrounded system and get all updated wiring in there. This is later in the day. We started putting the lath and stucco for the patches. In addition to the rewire, we are going to be doing a repipe. As you can see, this cast iron is pretty shot. Looks like there was once upon a time a leak right there, kind of trickled all the way down. We are just trying to stay ahead of the game, stay ahead of all potential headaches in the future. The old cast iron sewer is known for this clogging and backing up. So the sooner we get ahead of that, the better. Like I mentioned before, because everything is already opened up, it's a lot easier to do it now rather than close all these walls, get it all nice and pretty, and then have to come in, demo it all, and redo the sewer that way. So that should be on the schedule for early next week. And then after that's done, we can go ahead and think about our insulation, think about where we're going to put our wall heater, and then kind of continue from there in terms of drywall and the beginning of the process to button it up. Stay tuned. Thanks, guys. Electrician is underway with the rewire. So before this, we were on a 2 wire system, which means that the outlets were not grounded. And this is kind of an outdated system. You guys could see these old wire there. And this actual third prong wasn't necessarily being used. And so it was ungrounded. Moral of the story, it's a little more dangerous having an ungrounded system. Because we plan on having tenants in here, we do want to make it as safe as possible and as up to safety standards as possible. And so we opted to do the whole rewire. Got all the old stuff. You can see only 2 wires. You have your hot and your neutral, no ground. If we look at one of these wires, we have our 3 wires here. This isn't a wire, but we have our hot, neutral, and our ground, which is the copper. So any excess electricity, it's going to send to the ground. they bury a huge copper rod basically, and that's where all the excess electricity gets diverted. Anyways, a lot safer to do it that way, and because all the drywall was already open, it did kind of help us with the demolition aspect. Um, but we still kind of had to demo a little bit more drywall just so they can access the outlets and do what they need to do um, to get their new wire in. And so we are installing a new sub panel. Eventually, the exterior panel, which is on this wall right here, is going to have to be moved as we add to the back. And so, best idea, instead of rewiring it twice, they're just going to rewire to the sub panel, and then the sub panel is eventually going to wire to the electrical box here. And then when it gets moved, we could just move that one wire rather than all of them. I don't know how many he's going to have. Anyways, just another update. All right, that's it for this week. Stay tuned for next week to check out more progress. Thanks.